So I just finished parts 3 and 4 on the app, and I love them so much, just as much as I love the first 2 episodes. And I love having old Coop back, even though we don't really have him back, and he doesn't really know who he is himself, but how hilarious is he? First, we need to talk about Dougie Jones. That's the person everyone thinks he is, and apparently the one our man was saying, he's like a manufactured person. So he's not even a real person, but somehow he has a kid. I guess that's his kid. And it's pretty confusing because we have him rolling around. We have Cooper, who is actually Bob, rolling around, bad Cooper. And then we have Dougie Jones, the guy who was Dougie Jones that everyone knew back at the Black Lodge. So it's like 3 incarnations of Cooper. Only one of them is the real him, and it's kind of confusing. But I loved how he just doesn't know what the heck is going on. And like when the girl named Jade was driving him, and he just kept kind of repeating things, and he was like, Jade drive, I don't know what he said exactly, but it was like, Jade take 2 rides or something. I don't know. He just like talks in fragments. But I guess the funniest part for me was when he was at the casino and he saw someone else and mimic their actions before, you know, when they were like pulling the arm down on the slot machine. He goes, hello, you know, so funny. And he was kind of guided by the spirits at the Black Lodge about which machines would be winners, and he won like what, 29 or 28 jackpots, and that was just so funny. I mean, it's crazy how this show has so many different emotions. I mean, it can go from like crazy graphic killings and violence to straight up humor. Another part that made me laugh so hard was when Hawk put up the sign that said "Donut Disturb" with the picture of the donut, and the fact that they brought back the donut and coffee theme back into the show. Andy and Lucy make me laugh so hard. I love them so much. I love the chocolate bunny scene, how she ate part of the evidence like a million years ago and why she did that. And Michael Cera is, of course, playing their son Wally, and he's funny because he's like really sweet, just like both of them, and very endearing. And I'm wondering what they're going to do with the actual Sheriff Truman's character, because, you know, that actor retired from acting, and they're saying that he's sick, so Michael Cera came back to kind of pay his respects. So I don't know if they're going to kill him off or what, but as I said in my last video, I just have some hope that maybe this guy will show up for just a little bit so we get to see Harry Truman again, because I really love the sheriff's character. But we have some big issues in these 2 episodes, and that is the fact that the bad Cooper, aka Bob, has wrecked his car, and that was some disgusting stuff when he was vomiting, and then like the Dougie guy was vomiting. I mean, wow, graphic and disgusting. And the FBI realized that he was, you know, in existence again, because no one has seen him for years. But when they go to meet up with him, they realize that he is definitely not the right Cooper. Like, something's wrong. Like, they can't fathom like what's up with the Black Lodge and all of that, but they know it's not the guy that they used to know more than 20 years ago. So we've got to figure out like what to do with him, and that's what's probably going to happen in the next episode. But I really dislike Cooper as Bob, because who wouldn't? I think Kyle is doing an amazing job playing him, but I'm excited to defeat this demon and to have old Cooper back. Old Cooper is living the life as Dougie Jones with a wife who's not too happy with him. Apparently, he's probably been cheating on her for a very long time. And the bad thing is that someone wants to kill him, as we saw from like right off the start of episode 3. So he's got that issue. Like, if he hadn't dropped the Twin Peaks key, he probably would be dead if he hadn't been like searching for it in Jade's Jeep. So, you know, there's that issue. And there's actually people out to kill Cooper Bob. So those incarnations of him have been doing some very bad things. But I thought it was so refreshing to have Cooper back in some way. Now, we still haven't seen Audrey, and there's a lot of talk about what is up with her. Did she survive the explosion? Is she going to come back in ghost form? Because we know that Cheryl Lynn is in this season in some way, but where is she? Do you have any thoughts about this character? And if so, let me know down below. We learned that Bobby, who we finally saw, is working as a deputy in the sheriff's department. Good to see him again, and good to see he still has like that quirky sense of humor. If you caught something I caught, and I think if you really pay attention to the background scenes of all the scenes in this show, you'll catch little nuggets of things that link back to the theme of the show or to old episodes, but when Dougie Jones was eating pancakes with his kid, there was a pumpkin in the background and it was in the shape of an owl. So I thought that was cool. And there's probably other little things like that that you guys have seen that I didn't catch. And if so, let me know down below because I would love to hear about that. Actually, the guy who played Jacques Renault was in, I think, episode 2, but he's playing like a family member, but he was the bartender in the bar. So I found that pretty interesting as well because he wasn't really focused on in any way. But I want to know, like, what is up with Bobby and Shelley? Like, did they break up? Because Shelley had mentioned that she has a daughter, but we don't know, like, who is the dad, and we haven't seen both of them together. So I don't know what is going on with that either. What happened with James? Like, did he ever get married, or does he have any kids? Or we know it's weird that Dougie Jones has a kid, so I guess that's his kid, sort of Cooper's kid in a way. I don't know how they're going to explain all of that. I guess Dougie functioned as a regular human, but when he went back to the Black Lodge, he like evaporated into a gold ball. So very interesting stuff going on. And again, with so much happening in these 4 parts, it's hard to remember all of the stuff that needs to be said or that we need to discuss, and that's where you guys come in. So what did you enjoy about parts 3 and 4, and what did you want to discuss that maybe I didn't touch on, or you want to further discuss what I did mention? But so many good things, and such a good return of this show. Like, I couldn't have asked for anything better. If you are new here, I'm covering all of this season of Twin Peaks. I also have live shows every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern where we try to explain things, dissect things, theorize, and I hope you can make one of those. But if not, I also upload those every Monday after the show is over so you can catch them on your own time. But I would appreciate if you would subscribe. If you're a big Twin Peaks fan, I've watched the entire series and the movie, and even though I just watched it all this year, I am a fan and I do love it, and I love the characters, and I'm completely caught up on everything. So, you know, a lot of people have asked me about watching this, and if you're watching this and you've never watched the show before, I will say this, that I feel like it's important to watch the first 2 episodes or seasons and the movie before you delve into season 3. But I've heard that there's a synopsis on YouTube if you don't want to go that route and you just want to quickly find out what happened and everything, or if you just want to jump right into season 3, that is totally up to you. But I'm very glad that I watched everything and can understand and appreciate what's being mentioned and happening in season 3, because pretty much it all connects back to everything that's happened in the past. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see more of you here and more Twin Peaks fans join along and subscribe to my channel so we can have even better discussions about this new season, which is phenomenal. So have a great day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.